Hey, Coach René here, and I am 11 weeks post-surgery microfracture on my medial femoral condyle of my left knee. I just went home to grab this little guy too, because full disclosure, my last video audio was crap. And I think I have this microphone figured out right now. So if you do notice that the audio in this video is a little better, please leave me a comment. It'll make me feel like this whole process has been worth it. Anyways, I'm just out for a walk. I'm gonna go check out a railing over here that I'm gonna try to walk across. So I've been walking for 2 weeks now, and it hasn't been all perfect. I've had swelling go up and down because as soon as I started being able to walk, I also had to start doing summer camps. So I've been on my feet a lot and hasn't all been smooth. And I've had to do things like use my EMS machine to pump blood through my knee on a daily basis. I've went back to icing it as well, and just trying to manage my workouts. So I haven't been working out as often as I'd like to do physio exercises for my leg. But as you can see, I'm walking pretty good. It's not too bad. And I'm approaching on the spot right now where I'm gonna see if I can do the first maybe parkour-esque challenge that I've been able to do since my surgery. All right, so I'm gonna start over there in that corner, and I'm gonna try to balance all the way to this end of the railing and back. Get some shoe wipes. Okay. 5x6 Forest. Forest 5x6. Leave me a comment if you get that reference. Okay, so the only thing I'm not really sure about here is the distance overall. And I think I'm gonna cheat if I get to the other end and use my hand, but I have been doing a little bit of work involving stability. So I do lunges and a little bit of rail balance at the gym, but nothing this far. So far it feels pretty okay. It's kind of like one of those skills that I feel like you don't really lose. I've been practicing balance for a long time, obviously, and as soon as I can balance on one foot, I can walk on a rail. I don't imagine that I could slackline or anything like that, but walking on a rail is not too bad. Oh, there's a bee there. Okay. Just about at the halfway point. Hey, okay. Oh, I don't think I'm in frame anymore. Hang on. Well, this is awkward. So I did want to talk a little bit about some of the exercise I've been doing. Hopefully I can edit something in there. I've been doing bodyweight squats. I usually do about 3 sets of 20 per workout, 3 times a week, as well as 3 sets of 20 lunges, some sprinting marches. And of course, I'm trying to get to the pool as often as I can, but my coaching schedule doesn't always allow it right now. But the pool's great. I went to the pool yesterday, and I just did some like stationary running and stuff like that. It always feels super good. I've upped the ante a little bit on some of the resistance exercises I do. So I'm using 2 mini bands for leg extensions as well as quad sets. And I can also do negative hamstring curls with a physio ball. I'm not really going to ramp things up too much with weight yet because I'm not really in a rush. You know, every microfracture is different. Some people are asking me why I had to be on crutches for so long and stuff like that. And I'm just, going with what my doctor and physiotherapist are prescribing as the best course of action, because I'm in this for the long run. I want to make sure that the tissue forms properly and that I'm able to eventually jump on it and do all the stuff that I love. So I'm very pro taking my time with this sort of procedure. Speaking of taking my time, this is taking a while. Okay, almost there. What else have I been doing? Let's see. All right, I'm almost there, guys. Here we go. And, whew, all right. Dang, that was mostly, mostly a lot of work for my shoulders. That was good. First little challenge I've been able to do in some time. And I wish I could do other challenges. You know, I'm really excited to actually get back on my bike. I ride a fixie, so that makes things a little bit more complicated, and I'm waiting until I can get the wattage up to a certain level on a stationary bike before I jump on a fixie and start trying to go up and down hills. Maybe by next video, maybe by the next video I'll have this, because I'm not making these things every week, right? If I made a video next week, it's going to be mostly the same stuff I'm doing this week. So I'm trying to put some time in between so that I can actually, you know, give you guys some more different information every time. So fast forward 12 weeks, 6 days. I was going to end the video out there on the street the other week, but I realized I had left out a bunch of information between being in my last video where I was on crutches, and then suddenly here I am walking down the street and have enough balance and coordination to walk on a rail. So I thought I would keep the recording going and give you a little bit more information to tell you how I got from being on crutches and then doing what you saw there. Then of course, last week I was in the gym doing some construction, and every day I was tired and dirty and didn't want to film a follow-up to the last video. So now here I am a week and a half later, and I can tell you how it all went down. Okay, so as I explained in my last video, what my doctor wanted me to do was 25% load 1 week, 50% load the next week, 75% load the week after that, and then off crutches the following week. So as I got to that 75% week, I actually went from 2 crutches down to 1 crutch. And at that time I was walking around in the water at below my butt actually. It was about 75% of my body weight. And at that time I was also able to get some squats and lunges and things like that done in the pool. And then when I was at the end of 9 weeks, I was actually here. I was in the bathroom washing my hands, and I thought, maybe I can walk to the couch. And I did. And then from there on, the next day, I went to the gym, still had a crutch with me, and I kind of used it as like a volume controller because I couldn't just all of a sudden bear all of my weight walking around standing for like 6 to 8 hours a day. And it wasn't until after about 4 or 5 days that I finally left the crutch at home and said, okay, I'm done with crutches from here on out. So I already mentioned how starting to walk around obviously increased discomfort a little bit, but actually where I had most issues was my back. I have a chronic anterior pelvic tilt and lumbar lordosis, so I end up kind of walking around like this sometimes. And because I hadn't been able to walk or stand or stretch or do strength exercises to counteract that, I just found that my back just wanted to get into this position all the time where it was arched. And I'd just be carrying myself around like that all day to the point at the end of the day, I just needed to sit down to relieve that pain. So I started doing a daily stretching routine. I'll hit like 2 minutes, classic pigeon, another 2 minutes per side of a hip flexor stretch, and then usually 2 minutes of something to unload my lower back like this, or sometimes I'll put something underneath my hips like this. So just a 10-minute routine. And after doing that for like 2 weeks, plus walking around and getting a little bit more control of my posture, my back doesn't hurt anymore. Last week I flexed on my surgeon. Like he asked me to flex my knee and I was like, bam. And he was like, whoa. And I was like, I know. So yeah, he was impressed with my progress so far, but we still won't really know for some weeks to come whether or not the tissue has fully formed the way that we would like it to. I like to use the knee terrarium analogy as if my knee is its own ecosystem, and I have to be very, very careful with that ecosystem. I can't put too much pressure on it, but I can't put no pressure on it. So I have to do some movement, some weight bearing now to stimulate and get that cartilage to form the way I want it to. But if I do too much, then it's not gonna work at all. So having said all that, I haven't progressed in a sense of adding weight to any of the exercises I've been doing. As prescribed by my physiotherapist, Ian, I'm just doing more squats. So I do like 100 squats per workout. I try to do more reps of all the exercises I've already shown in this video. But things are feeling better and better each day. So next week I am planning to start adding some actual weight to some of the strength exercises I've been doing. And go for longer walks, get out and see the world. All right, that is all the information. You stay chiseled, and I will see you next time, hopefully when I hit my next progression.